Material clay. All right. So we are examining a clay artifact, and that as we do this, feature resembles a human face. There are little things that we can do here or there, and little things we can interact with. Looks like some sort of etching. I should use the magnifier to get a closer look. Seem to be some sort of runes, but I don't recognize the type. Maybe I can find something in my book. Okay, so I guess I search for runes. I can translate the runes with this chart, so we're going to be finding out some, like, ancient secrets, I guess? About whatever creature this is, so I can write this stuff down. So let me write down the runes on... I keep a pad while I stream in case I have to write things down. And I usually write down whatever games I play so that I can make mention to or so I can have those things later when I update the game's playlist. Do looks like a middle. Okay. And then... Alright, so the first thing that we're going to go looking for is we have two U's, it looks like. U and U. It would probably help if I would turn around and read the lore over to the left, but I ain't got time for that. I think that's an R. 'Cause that's the closest thing I can find. Is the R. The next item, I think, is a D because the I is higher up and it's lower down. Like, I think that's an N. What is the last... What I say the last symbol? Gnudru. Or Gaudru. One or the other. I'm gonna close this. Take another look at that. Yeah, I think that's Gaudru. So let's look up Gaudru. I'm not good at translating Old Hungarian. I'm sure translated. Must have missed something regarding these runes. Okay. So it is Gnudru. Okay, runes. Here's the writing system Hungarian language. After the establishment of the Christian Hungarian kingdom, the old writing system was partly forced out of use during the rule of King Stephen, and the Latin alphabet was adopted. However, among these professions, e.g. shepherds who used a rovus stick to officially track the number of animals, the script has remained in use, were usually written from right to left. Erdung. Okay. It helps to pay attention. Okay. Erdung? Ah! Erdung, Old Hungarian, is a shape-shifting demonic creature from Hungarian mythology and early Hungarian paganism who controls the dark and evil forces of the world. After Christianization, it was identified with the devil. One surviving folktale about Erdung involves one of the spawns of Erdung arriving to Earth and the shaman of the village consulting the spirits to learn how to trap the creature. Ah! He's staring at me, and his eyes Flowing out of the holes. Alright, $5 says that we end up freeing Erdung out of this creature. The dark liquid loosen the metal object. Okay, let me, before I go, Erdung metal. Okay. Okay, metal. The earliest archaeological support of smelting, hot metallurgy, is dated around 6000 to 5000 BC. The most common metals found on archaeology sites are iron, copper, lead, tin, zinc, and their alloys. Because iron is magnetic, it can be easily distinguished from the rest. Okay, so the compass is detecting a magnetic field, so it's likely containing iron. Okay. Iron. Earliest known ironwork is dated back from 3500 BC and made from meteoric iron. There are two main types of ironwork: wrought iron or cold iron, and cast iron. Cold iron has a long and varied tradition, mythology, and folklore around the world. So, cold iron is historically believed to repel, contain, or harm ghosts, fairies, witches, or other malevolent supernatural creatures. This belief continued in later superstition in a number of forms. Okay, so we're gonna try to pull this out. And by doing so, we're about to free a malevolent entity. Hi. Exempt from the newspaper article called The Children of Clay, just a few months after the disappearance of the esteemed archaeologist and the incident involving a broken artifact, the team working on the remote site in the Earls have made an astonishing discovery. A previously unknown underground chamber containing a dozen similar small clay figures has been discovered. They are already in contact with several universities across the globe to further study them. Is that it? Okay. I think that's a neat little game. Very short, which, I mean, the thing is, some of these games I pulled from, like, an itch.io game jam. And that's where I find a lot of these free games, is an itch.io. So, I mean, I don't expect these things to be super long, but, I mean, that... I think something like that would be really cool. As far as a game where you would do something like that, but instead of, like, freeing it, you have to recognize whether or not the artifact you're studying, like, contains a demonic force or something of that nature, and, you know, having to make a decision what to do with it. So that's something that maybe I should get in touch with some gaming people about that. Probably won't go anywhere, but so I went through everything.